It's Roger and James here from the DisKingdom Podcast. In this episode, we are going to be talking all about Solo, a Star Wars story, the amazing brand new Star Wars title that is going to be coming soon. We've been calling it the Untitled Han Solo Star Wars movie for the last few years. Now we can officially just remove the word untitled from it, because it's pretty much what they've called the movie anyway. Continuing on with this trend of using the franchise a Star Wars story, we're going now, it's going to be called Solo. So this one's a bit of a, as far as the name goes, I think it's a bit generic, a little bit lazy. It wasn't exactly groundbreakingly awesome. And finally as well, I don't know, it's like Han Solo might have been better, but what do you think?
I mean, it's like you said, it's fairly generic. It's just Solo, Star Wars movie. And Solo, you know, for fans of the movie, Solo makes sense because it's Han Solo. I know who Han Solo is. And I guess even people who aren't necessarily fans of the movies will at least know who he is. Oh, that's Harrison Ford. He was in the Star Wars movies. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this doesn't tell us anything about this movie. At least Rogue One had a certain history to it. We knew Rogue One was the call sign that Luke and Wedge and all those guys used in Empire Strikes Back. This one, we're just like, it's Solo. And it's also just kind of like a weird title for the movie because other than the character being named Solo, it's definitely not a solo adventure because Chewie's in it, Lando's in it. You know, Tag and Bink of all people are in it. So, you know, and if you don't know who those people are, don't worry about it. That's a reference to the old extended universe continuity. They were parody characters. So what the heck they're doing in this movie, I don't have the slightest clue. But they're in it. So,
I mean, the movie's been sort of been taken over by Ron Howard. There were some issues with the director. He's coming in. He seems to be kind of leading the charge of releasing stuff because that announcement pretty much came out of nowhere. But I'm going to be honest. Why they held on to that name, I don't know. Did they do a think tank to kind of work out? How bad were the names that didn't get through?
Duo, trio. No, it's they could have gone with Han Solo's real name or something like that. I think there was a rumor that his real name was going to show up in this movie. I don't know if there's any.
Indiana.
Indiana was the dog. Sorry. Yeah, that'd be awesome if Sean Connery showed up and just like, no, Han was the pet Rathtar's name.
Sure. Hello.
Actually, that wasn't bad. All right, I'll give you credit for that.
Yeah, Scottish.
But yeah, it's not a bad name, Solo. It's not a bad name. It's just utterly generic. It doesn't tell you anything about what the movie is. I mean, a Star Wars movie is more telling of what the movie is than the name of the movie itself.
I just wish it was Star Wars Solo and they dropped that tag because I don't really like the tag. But as far as me going, I mean, I'm hoping, to be honest, that this movie comes out. What it looks like, if it sticks to the release date, it's going to be while I'm in Disney. So it'll be kind of quite cool to go down to Disney and see it in the big cinema. Go to an American cinema, sit in the big seats, have this big popcorn, and you know your gallon of soda, and you know kind of how different cinema must be over there for you than it is here.
Well, the size of the popcorn and the soda is definitely true, but I wouldn't get my hopes up about the chairs. Yeah. So
hopefully they keep to it. I mean, I personally like the Christmas release date schedule where I would like a little bit longer. I think 6 months to have 2 Star Wars movies feels like that feels a lot. I as much as I love it with Marvel that they do this kind of thing, I think Star Wars, they could burn people out if they go too quick, too fast.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, you know, the Marvel movies tend to be very different from each other at this point. You know, when they first started launching, they were very samey, you know, followed it. But now, you know, you've got like Black Panther, you've got Thor Ragnarok, which is very different from the previous Thor movies, at least stylistically. Star Wars, on the other hand, even if you're telling different stories within the Star Wars universe, they all have the same basic feel. Yeah. They've all got the lightsaber aspect, they've got the Force aspect, even if they barely play into the movie. So, yeah, I personally would prefer if they just, you know, got rid of this whole May schedule, which hasn't even worked out yet. We haven't gotten a single Star Wars movie in May yet. And just push them to December. Just make December a Star Wars tradition. You know, it's worked in the past for plenty of other franchises. You know, like the Harry Potter franchise, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. Even I think the Hunger Games had a consistent schedule. All the current young adult movies have a consistent schedule. there's nothing wrong with it, and it makes it easier for consumers because they just go, oh, there's a Star Wars movie in December. That's something I can do with the family while I'm on vacation or holiday, because there's a lot of holidays around that time of year. So, they should just move it back there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one. I mean, Ron Howard obviously is a bit of a safe hand to do it. I mean, on one hand, it would be nice if he had a little bit longer to kind of make it his own. Kind of, we don't know how much reshoots they're going to need, how much visual effects. It sounds. I mean, a lot of the visual effects stuff, I suspect, was already done and already in the bag way before that. But no, it should be fun. I'm sort of excited. I wouldn't say. I think obviously when we start seeing trailers and stuff, I don't think we're going to see any. It'd be cool if they did the trailer at the beginning of Last Jedi, but a couple of months to go, that could be happening. I think that would be a great place. Don't do it online. Don't do it at Comic-Con. Just give it to people on Thursday. Don't put it online. Just let people, that would be such a cool way of doing it.
I mean, that's how they used to do it with the old Disney animated classics. At least it wasn't with the movie, but it would come out with the VHS. When the VHS for Aladdin came out, it came with the trailer for Lion King. Lion King came with the trailer for Pocahontas and stuff. And that's how we got introduced to what the next Disney movie was. I would totally be down for them doing that with Star Wars too, but it's a different environment now. Everything is right now. Get it? Shows up on Jimmy Kimmel or whatever late night show, and then it's immediately on YouTube. But
yeah, I think if they did that, it would take away from Last Jedi, and I think they don't want that. But no, I think that would be a great thing. But we'd love to know your thoughts on Solo, the name. Do you like it? Do you not? What else would you have come up with? Be sure to hit that subscribe button or like button or follow button, whichever audio or visual platform you are watching or listening this on. Be sure to check out James over at heroiclegacy.com as well, and we shall see you guys in another episode. And may the Force be with you.